Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is Thursday, and you can see the camera, the lens hood in this shot. Why is that like that? Anyway, we're gonna go get some beers, and then we're gonna go to the pool and hang out by the pool for a bit. And then I have my show tonight, which I'm super excited about. I'm gonna be playing my guitar for about 2 hours at Hop Central, and so that's gonna be super fun. And then after that, we're gonna go see Solo. Solid day. All right, so I want to talk about my podcast, which I am going to start making serious moves towards doing it. And I'm super excited. I'm basically going to be talking about a whole bunch of different topics, not just fitness, not just entrepreneurship, not just travel. Well, I mean, those three things are pretty random and pretty all-encompassing, but that's going to be kind of the idea. And I'm super excited about it. And Ben is actually going to be on my podcast. He didn't know this until literally just now, but he's going to be on it because he is foraying, if that's the right word, into entrepreneurship. Right, Ben? A little bit?
Foraying?
Like you are
Venturing.
So, a little bit, right?
Making an attempt. Yes.
Yeah. And so I think it's going to be fun to talk about stuff together, don't you?
I mean, talking with you is never fun. But
that's fair. What do you think, Ben, as a teaser for the podcast of the kinds of questions and the kinds of things that I want to talk about? What do you think is the thing that most attracts you towards having your own business?
I mean, just I know there's always the uncertainty of is my business actually going to take off at any point and be a sustainable thing for me to work, as the sole owner. I don't care if I'm the only person working for my business. Mm-hmm. I just care about it being profitable enough for me to make my living off of.
Right.
And there's that uncertainty, but there is not the uncertainty of, is my job going to get outsourced to foreign labor? Is the strength and conditioning route, is the coach going to get fired and his whole staff, including me, goes with him?
Right.
That whole uncertainty. I don't like that. I understand there's a lot of money to be made by working for somebody else, but I'm not all about just making money. Yeah, right. I'm about doing something that I enjoy doing so much that I'm excited to get up in the morning and go work on it.
Right. What do you think so far? Because you've been doing it,
That's like a prepared speech.
Yeah, that was good. You've been doing it for 4 months now.
Oh, longer than that.
Longer, but I feel for the last 4 months is about-ish when you quit your job. Right? 4 months ago?
About three months ago-ish.
When you quit your previous job.
Yeah.
That was taking up most of your time. And
yeah,
what do you think since then has been the biggest challenge? Besides making money, because that's obviously always finding new clients and stuff is always a challenge. But in terms of discipline, in terms of motivation, what do you think has been your biggest challenge?
Honestly, you fall into that temptation, that spell of being able to wake up whenever the hell you want. However, that puts you back hours in the day that you work on your shit. So, I don't know, the biggest challenge to me was getting my ass up at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think our side gig right now is definitely helping with that.
Oh yeah.
To get kind of going.
And that's actually really I enjoy that job.
Yeah.
That peaceful, to me it's not really mundane or tedious, that peaceful point of sitting there and you're focused on making this piece of wood silky smooth, and I enjoy the feeling of the silky smooth
Well, and I think it speaks a little bit to what you're
wooden
doing
pieces.
for your own business, which we haven't even talked about yet, in terms of like making something with your hands and like
Yeah,
working with
it
your hands.
gives me more control. It's gotten rid of a lot of the shakes that I have,
Yeah.
you know, when I'm trying to use a brush.
Yeah.
So,
All right, we're heading to the pool. Continuing our conversation, we left off on biggest challenge. I guess we should probably hear about like what it is that you do.
so right now I'm customizing footwear, bike helmets. I mean, I can venture into pretty much anything anybody wants done.
And how are you customizing them?
I'm using an airbrush and a special type of paint. So the airbrush is much easier for me to handle. So that's kind of my groove there. Like I've found I'm not very good with a regular brush, but that all comes with practice anyway. So
Yeah.
I do, you know, a few sets now and then for guys that play in the football league that I play in. Occasionally some baseball kids that I used to coach, they'll get stuff done. But I want to get some NFL clients, Major League Baseball clients.
NFL clients, you said?
Yeah, people, you know, with more money to throw around.
That's fair. So yeah, that's what Ben does. Ben, would you say that this was something that you like? How was the process of discovering? Like, how did you come up with doing this, doing airbrush art?
So I first like finally broke and signed up for Instagram. I saw like the Instagrams of football players that I liked, and they were getting their cleats completely customized, and I was wondering where they were getting their cleats from and how they were getting them done. And so I was like looking into it, and they'd like tag their artists in their pictures and stuff.
Right.
And so I went and I like looked at the artist page, and it was full of, you know, shoes and cleats and stuff. So I started looking into how they were getting made and stuff. So at the time I had the money to get a airbrush kit, compressor, airbrush, and a bunch of paint, and so I just jumped in and did it.
Nice.
And I took some of my old cleats and my old shoes and stuff, and I had just dicked around on my own stuff before I started doing other people's stuff.
And now now he has a stencil cutter, and he's doing much more intricate and detailed stuff.
The electric stencil cutter helps a lot.
It's awesome. So yeah, I mean, you know, like Ben and I are in very similar situations in terms of, you know, going through the struggles of trying to grow business and find new clients and things like that. But at the end of the day, it's really just a matter of waking up every morning and doing it, right, Ben?
Yeah. And
So-
not going to the pool for too long.
It's true. But yeah, so now we're gonna do exactly that. We're gonna get to work, do our stuff, and then I have to get everything prepared for my show, which is now, I have 3.5 hours before I need to be at the brewery. So I'm on my way to the bar to play my show, and I'm super excited. I'd say I'm nervous. I'm a little nervous. There's like a little bit of nerves, but for the most part, I'm just super psyched. I got my nice shirt on, my favorite shirt. This is my favorite shirt, and we're gonna see how it goes. I feel like a little tickle in my throat because I was practicing earlier, and I think maybe I like practiced too hard, and so my voice. So I'm like trying to rest it as much as I can. See you guys at the bar.
Thank you for the freedom when it came my time to go. Thank you for the kindness and the times when you got tough. Papa, I don't think I said I love you near enough. Leader of the band is tired and his eyes are growing old. His blood runs through my instruments and his song is in my soul. Life has been a poor attempt to imitate the man. I'm just a living legacy. my soul.